students, welcome back to SPK English Academy. After a long gap, I am doing the video on the model question paper. See, SLC model question paper 2025-26, subject first language English NCERT 15A English, which is applicable for the 10th standard students of Adarsh Vidyalaya of Karnataka state. Dear students, you know that SSLC board has recently released all subject question papers, but it released only one question paper of first language English NCERT 15A English. So now I would like to solve that question paper with complete answers. First, you look at the multiple choice questions. In every question paper, 6 multiple choice questions are set on vocabulary and grammar aspects. First, look at the MCQs. The first question is like this. Today all of us do, by our presence here, confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. The noun form of confer is, the confer is underlined here. So what is the noun? Confer is verb. Here, what is the noun form of confer? Means C. Answer C. Conference. Conference is the noun form of confer. Question number 2. Chimney for a nose. Figures of speech in the given line is. It is a metaphor. Answer B. Metaphor. Question number 3. The cars were stripped dash going any further due to a traffic diversion. The appropriate preposition to be filled in the blank is to, within, by, form. The right answer is answer D. Form is the right answer. Question number 4. The students dash to participate in the workshop and submit a report at the end of the day to the English teacher. The correct form of the verb to be filled in the blank is were asked, had been asked, will have asked, were asked. The right answer is answer A, were asked. It is in the passive voice form. Means students were asked to participate in the workshop and submit a report at the end of the day to the English teacher. Question number 5. You will travel to native place. The suitable question tag to be added here is will you, B, would you, C, won't you, D, wouldn't you. The right answer is C, won't you, because the given statement is positive, so that's why we have taken here negative question tag. So will plus not, its short form is won't. Will ಮತ್ತು ನಾಟ್ ದ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ವೋಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೋಂಟ್ ಯು is the right answer. Question number 6. The residents promised to dash the president of the association in his demand for proper garbage disposal systems. The proper preserve to be filled in the blank is stood by, stand by, stand against, stood for. Here you know two negative options are here. Stood is not used because here 2 is already there. So D is, this is also not used. These two are not used. But here answer B is right. Stand by, answer B is right because stand by means to support. To support. The residents promised to stand by the president of the association in his demand for the proper garbage disposal systems. So next question number 2. Observe the relations between the first pair of the words and complete the second pair accordingly in the following. Here two, sorry, 4 questions are set on vocabulary. Question number 7. Human, inhuman. The relation between these two words is prefix. So here in is prefix here. The same way we add the prefix to polite. The prefix which we add to polite is impolite. Polite, impolite. Human, inhuman, and polite, impolite. Question number 8. Rigid, stiff. The relation is here synonymous. Rigid means stiff. Now we write the meaning or synonym for contentment. Contentment means satisfaction. Number 9. Question number 9. Roof, roofs. Here relation is singular, plural. Plural, number relation. Roof is singular, roofs is plural. Now, what is the plural form of loaf? See, loaves. See, you know that when the noun ends with f or fe, we remove f or fe and add ves to that. Then it becomes the plural form. So here we removed f and we added ves. So it has become the plural form of loaf. Question number 10. Kind, kindness. Here the relation between these two words is adjective and noun form. The same way laugh is given. Laugh is both verb form and also the adjective form here. And the noun form of laugh is laughter. Next, question number 3. Rewrite as directed. We set or 3 questions are set and grammar in 1 marks questions. Here the first question, question number 11. What it is given in the question paper? Change the voice of the sentence. The students are required here to change the voice of the sentence. It means if the active voice is given, the students have to change into passive. If the passive voice is given, the students have to change into active voice. Almost 99% active voice will be given in the examination. The students have to change it into active voice. See, here active voice is given here. They've expressed their ideas. So what we have to do, given sentence should be divided into 3 parts. This is subject. So this is verb, this is object. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ 3 ಭಾಗಗಳನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಒಂದು ವರ್ಬ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ವರ್ ಅನ್ನ ವಾಸ್ ವರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಪ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ವರ್ ಬಳಸಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿ, their ideas were expressed by them ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗೆ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಪ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲಿ ದೆಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ತಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ದೇರ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇದು ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಈ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಪ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ವಾಯ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ವರ್ಬು ಅಥವಾ V2 ಅಥವಾ ಇದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ ಬಳಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ವರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇರ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದೆಮ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ವರ್ಬ್ 3 ಅಥವಾ ವರ್ಬ್ ನಂತರ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬೈ ಅನ್ನ ಬಳಸಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ದೆಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 12. ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಎ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಆನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವರ್ಡು ನಾವು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರವಾಗಿ ಬರಬೇಕು. ವಿ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಟು ದ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ರಾಧಾ ಬಾರೋಡ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಹರ್ ಕಜಿನ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ her cousin is underlined here. How to frame the question? From whom did Radha borrow an English novel? From whom did Radha borrow an English novel? Answer, by her cousin. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರೀತಿಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಹೂಸ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ ಡಿಡ್ ರಾಧಾ ಬಾರೋ. ಹೂಸ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ ಡಿಡ್ ರಾಧಾ ಬಾರೋ, ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 13. ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಎ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ನೌನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ ವರ್ಡನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೌನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ರಿಯಾ ಲೈಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ classical dance. See, classical is adjective here, so dance is used as noun here. See, next question number 4. Answer the following questions in a sentence is. Here in the question number 4, we set 7 1-mark questions. 7 1-mark questions means, see, we set 1 1-mark questions from prose, 2 1-mark questions from poetry, and 4 1-mark questions from supplementary reading lessons. Totally 7 questions. Okay, first question is that, see, where did the boys deboard the train in the lesson 3 from Assam? The boys refer to Pranjul and Rajveer. Mariana Junction means the boys deboarded the train at Mariani Junction. Question number 15. How is leopard recognized in How to Tell Wild Animals? See, leopard's body is covered with spots. If you will cry out in pain, it is not going to be of any use, as it will be jumping on you. Question number 6. Mention the sitting posture of fog. The sitting posture of the fog is like a cat, and it looks over the harbor and the city. Whom did Anil talk about after Harsing's self-introduction? See, answer, Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestlers. Question number 18. Why does Horace Danby get angry? Answer, Horace Danby gets angry because he is cheated by the young lady who is in the same profession. Question number 19. Why did Visible Griffin find in the restaurant kitchen? Sorry, what did Visible Griffin find in the restaurant kitchen? Answer, Visible Griffin found cold meat, coffee, sweets and wine in the restaurant. Question number 20. As said by the think tank, what have earthlings discovered? Answer, the earthlings have discovered how to combine agriculture and mining. Next, main question number 5 means 2 marks question. Answer the following questions in 2 to 3 sentences each. 2 marks in a 2 marks in a questions ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತಾವೆ ಅಂದಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು 7 questions ಇನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದರೆ 2 from lessons, 1 from poetry, and again 4 2 marks questions from supplementary reading, total 7. Here, question number 21. Interpret the drastic effect of an hour of hail rain in a letter to God. Answer, the drastic effect of an hour of hail rain did not leave any leaf on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. Question number 22. According to Natalia, why did Oxen Meadows belong to them? Or Chubucos? Answer. According to Natalia, both grandfather and great grandfather reckoned means measured ಅಳತೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ that their land extended to burnt marsh. The Chabucos had the land for nearly 300 years. So that's why Oxen Meadows belong to Chabucos. Question number 23. Mention the features of the chameleon as in How to Tell Wild Animals. Answer. Chameleon is a small lizard sort of thing. It does not have both wings and ears. It is found on a bare tree. Question number 24. Brief the feeding time observation of Dr. Harriet of Tricky. Answer. Mr. Harriet watched that there was the usual headlong rush followed by the sounds of the high-speed eating. Every dog knew that if he fell behind the others, he was liable to have some competition for the last part of his meal. When they had finished, Tricky took a walk round the shining bowls, licking casually inside one or two of them. Question number 25. Sketch the character of the waiter in the Midnight Visitor. See, Henry, the waiter in the story The Midnight Visitor. He knocked the door when Max and Osable were arguing over the new missile report. When the door opened, or when the door opened itself, he was standing there with a tray, a bottle, and 2 glasses. He told Osable that he had brought the drinks which he ordered. He set the tray on the table and opened the bottle, then he left the room. Question number 26. What opinion did Mr. Werer, a bright social science teacher, have about him? It means, what is the opinion of Mr. Werer about Richard Albright? Answer. Richard would always give that extra effort. He put in 3 or 4 hours at the night doing debate research, besides doing all his research with butterflies and his other interests. He was competitive, but not in a bad sense. Richard wasn't interested in winning for winning's sake or winning to get a prize. Question number 29. Reproduce the confessional words of Matilda Loisel to Madame Forrester. Answer. Matilda Loisel finally confessed to Madame Forrester that she had lost the diamond necklace which she borrowed from her to wear to the minister's ball. She told her friend that she replaced it by exactly like it. She added that they refers to Matilda and husband. Both of them worked hard for 10 years to pay for it, means to repay the loan which they borrowed for the new diamond necklace, because they were poor people, or poor, or because they did not have anything, they had nothing. Or question. Enumerate the consolation note of Sulekha to Ramlal after a wedding broke down. Answer. Sulekha consoled Ramlal not to worry about her. She would serve her parents in their old age. She added that she would teach in the same school where she learned so much. Question number 6. Rewrite as directed. So here also here also 3 grammar questions are set for 6 marks, means 3 questions means 6 marks, means each question carries 2 marks. You know, reported speech is compulsory. Rep- direct sorry Degrees of comparison is also compulsory. Another one will be given any other topic for 2 marks. See, change the following sentence into reported speech or indirect speech. Direct speech is given here. The host said to his guests, "What a pleasure it is to meet them at the party." It is the given reported speech is in an exclamatory sentence. Answer. The host exclaimed with joy that it was a very pleasure to meet them at the party. So we use exclaimed because the reported speech is exclamatory. And there was that reported speech expresses happiness. So that's why we use joy here. Here, 29, question number. Change the given simple sentence into compound and complex sentence. Here one sentence is given. On account of his coming late, his parents punished him. So this given sentence is simple sentence. Now we have to change this simple sentence into complex, compound and complex. Compound sentence first. He came late, so his parents punished him. Here so is coordinating conjunctions. You know, coordinating conjunctions are used to combine the two equivalent clauses or two coordinating clauses. Or you can do this sentence like this also. His parents punished him for his delay. So for is also used as coordinating conjunction. Both are accepted. So next complex sentence. His parents punished him because he came late. Because is used as subordinating conjunctions. We can also change in other ways. As he came late, his parents punished him. As he came late, his parents punished him. This is also accepted. Question number 30. Change the following sentence into the other 2 degrees of comparison. See, I told you degrees of comparison and reported speech are compulsory here. What is C? Kolkata is more populated than most other cities in India. The given degree is comparative. Now we have to change this into positive and superlative. So here, so than most other ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಯಾಸ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕಲ್ಕತ್ತಾ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೈಟ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಥವಾ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕೋಲ್ಕತ್ತಾ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ನಾವು ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ತಗೋಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಎರಡೂ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಸರಿ. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಕಲಿಸಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇವೆರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಸರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೂಪರ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಕೋಲ್ಕತ್ತಾ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ನೋಡಿಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಬಂದರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅದರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸೂಪರ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ, ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅದರ್, ಸೂಪರ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ನೆನಪಿಡಬಹುದು ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 7. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ 5 to 6 ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಈಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಅಂಕದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಅಂಕದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಿದೆ. ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ದ ಯಂಗ್ ಸೀಗಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ when he had made his first flight. ಇವ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಯಂಗ್ ಸೀಗಲ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸು, ಫಾದರ್, ಬ್ರದರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇದೆ, ದ ಡೇ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ದ ಯಂಗ್ ಸೀಗಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ವಾಚ್ಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ parents flying about with his brothers and sisters, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had, in fact, seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle. All the morning, the whole family had walked away about on the big plateau, midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cowardice. R question is given. One R question is given in the 3 marks question. That is from also prose. People of Kurg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. Elaborate with supportive points from the prose Kurg. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಕೂರ್ಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಕೊಡವಾ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಎಂಬ ಗ್ರೀಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅರಬ್ ಅರ ಮೂಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಸರು. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಲೆಕ್ಸಾಂಡರ್ ಆರ್ಮಿ ಮೂವ್ ಟು ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ along the coast and settled there when return became impractical. These people married amongst the locals and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions, marriages and religious rites which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream. The theory of Arab origin draws support from the long black coat with an embroidered waist belt worn by the Kodavas. Known as kufiya, it resembles the kufiya worn by the Arab and the Kurds. 32. Question number 32. Anne found a real friend in writing diary. Illustrate. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆ್ಯನ್ನೆ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಂಕು ಡೈರಿಯನ್ನೇ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲು. ಯಾಕೆ, ಹೇಗಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕೀಗ. Anne found a real friend in writing a diary because she deeply needed someone to confide in or share her true feelings with. Despite having school friends and a loving family, Anne felt lonely and misunderstood. Without a real friend she could fully open up to, she believed that a diary which she named Kitty was more patient and trustworthy than people, making it the perfect confidant. Through her diary, Anne could pour out her thoughts, fears, joys, and secrets, effectively creating a loyal friend who listened without judgment or interruption. This sense of companionship helped her cope with the isolation and hardships she encountered while in hiding during the Second World War or the war. Question number 30. Why did Kisa Gautami meet the Buddha? How did Buddha change her life? See, Kisa Gautami met the Buddha to save her son's life who had died. She wanted to get her son back to life. She thought that Buddha would give life to her son, or Buddha would give medicine to her son. Kisa Gautami came to Buddha and asked him to give medicine to her dead son. Buddha told her to bring a handful of mustard seeds from the house where no one had died. An innocent lady went house to house and asked for the mustard seeds, but she couldn't get it because there was no house without death. Finally, she became weary, means tired, and hopeless. Means she had lost her hope. She sat down at the wayside, watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. At last, the darkness of the night reigned everywhere. She considered the fate of men that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. She thought to herself that she was so selfish in grief and understood that death is common to all. In this way, Buddha changed Kisa Gautami's life. See question number 34. Elaborate the praise epistemology of Laws referring to the ball poem. Answer. The poet says that the boy has to learn that in his materialistic world, many of his belongings will be lost. He personifies the ball as his belongings, be it the worldly things or relationship he is in possession of. So he says that he has to learn to live without them. He says no one can buy back such things for him. The poet said so because, according to him, money can't buy you everything. If it does buy you some materialistic things, still it will not be able to buy the sense of belongings or the memories which the boy had with the ball or that thing. He says that the boy is learning how to stand up against the sense of lost things. This means that the boy is trying to learn the real truth of life, which states that you have to accept the miseries of life and stand up again. This is a truth which everyone has to learn in his or her life, the harsh truth of standing up against the old miseries of life that everyone has to bear. Question number 35. How does the imagery of the trees movement from the house to house forest in trees reflect themes of liberation and growth in human experience? How does the imagery of the trees movement from the house to the forest in trees reflect themes of liberation and growth in human experiences? See answer. The imagery of the trees moving from house to the forest in the poem Trees symbolizes a journey of liberation and growth in human experiences. The trees breaking free from the confines of the house represent a desire for independence and autonomy, reflecting a broader human quest to escape limitations and social norms. Moving towards the forest, which symbolizes untamed nature and freedom, the trees embody self discovery and exploration of new possibilities. This moment also signifies the release from the confinement and the embracing of change, marking a transition from the stagnation to vitality. The struggle of the trees to break free, shown through imagery such as roots disengaging and glass breaking, mirrors the human efforts and determination required to grow behind constraints. The forest coming alive with the presence of trees, highlighting the renewal and flourishing that comes from liberation. Overall, the poem uses the metaphor of trees movement from the house to forest to convey themes of freedom, transformation, and the resilience inherent in growth, paralleling the human desire to break free from repression to the thrive in a natural, unrestricted environment. Question number 26. How did Matilda's desire for material wealth drive the plot of the necklace? Answer. Matilda's desire for material wealth is the central driving force of the plot in Necklace. Her longings for a luxurious life leads her to borrow a seemingly expensive necklace to wear a prestigious ball, believing it will elevate her social status. When she loses the necklace, this decision sets off a tragic chain of events in which she and her husband spend years in poverty to replace the necklace. This downfall illustrates the dangers of materialism, greed, and valuing appearances over reality. Ultimately, her fixation on wealth and social standing leads to unnecessary suffering and hardships, conveying the story's moral about the peril of superficial desires and the consequences of putting material possessions above contentment and honesty. Question number 8. Explain with reference to context. We set we see totally 4 reference to context questions are set in the question paper. 2 are compulsory from prose and the remaining 2 are compulsory from poetry, means poems. No reference to context question is set on supplementary reading lesson. Student have to keep this in our mind. The first one, 37, first one. She looked at me very strangely and then laughed. Sir, a reference. This statement is extracted from the lesson Black Aeroplane written by Frederick Forsyth. Context. The given statement is uttered by the woman in charge of the control room when the narrator went there to ask her about the other pilot who helped him to get out of the storm clouds because he wanted to thank him. Next, question number 18. I was craning my neck trying to follow the hunt. Reference. The given statement is extracted from the prose Mijbil the Otto written by Gavin Maxwell. Context. The narrator spoke these words in the aircraft. He was transporting the Otto to London by aircraft. It was kept in a box, but the lid was open. The Otto suddenly came out of the box and moved under the passenger seats. There was a total chaos. He tried to catch it, but he couldn't. The kind air hostess told him to sit in his seat and she would bring the animal for him. He came back to his seat, but he was stretching his neck trying to follow the hunt. Question number 39. Has given my heart a change of mood. Reference. The given line is extracted from the poem This Stuff Snow written by Robert Frost. Context. Once the poet was sitting under the hemlock tree in a sad mood. It was winter season. The crow came and sat on the same tree. The tree filled with snow. The crow shook the branches of the tree. Some particles of the snow fell on the poet. He felt cold. His sad mood was changed into happy. Question number 40. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Reference. The given line is extracted from the poem Amanda written by Robin Klein. Context. These words are spoken by Amanda. Amanda's mother warns her not to eat chocolates because once she had pimples on her face. She also told to listen to her when she was speaking to her. Here Amanda wants to lead her life alone in tower. It means in a quiet place. She does not want to let her hair down because if anybody can climb up the tower with the help of her hair like Rapunzel's beloved and disturbs her. Now question number 11. Quote from memory. You know 2 poems are given here. You know that totally 3 poems are for memorization in textbook. First one is Fire and Ice, second one is Amanda, and the last poem is that the tale of Custard the Dragon. Only first 4 stanzas are for memorization. Means only first 4 stanzas of the tale of the Custard's Dragon or for memorization, not the whole poem. Next question number, sorry, this is question number 9. This is question number 10. Answer the following questions in 7 to 8 sentences each. Totally four, sorry, 3 4 marks questions are set here. 2 from lessons, 1 from poetry. All these 3 questions have the choice. First question. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. Elaborate on the basis of the chapter Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. The quote, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or religion, underscores that prejudice is a learned behavior, not an innate human trait. Mandela argues that if people can be taught to hate, they can also be taught to love, as love comes more naturally to the human heart. This idea emerges from his experiences under apartheid, where systemic racism divided South Africans at the absurd flickers of humanity even in prison guards, suggesting hatred imprisons both oppressor and oppressed. Mandela reflects on his childhood free from inherent bias until societal forces instilled revisions. His fight against apartheid revealed that true freedom is individual, oppressing others curtailed in his own dignity, turning personal hunger for liberty into a collective struggle. He emphasizes courage as a triumph over fear, learned from comrade who endured torture without breaking. The chapter or this lesson portrays apartheid's brutality as robbing humanity from all, liberating both oppressed and oppressor through reconciliation. Mandela's inauguration speech pledges a society free from poverty, discrimination, and oppression, honoring sacrifices that made unity possible. Our question, why did Wally spend her time all alone and what became her favorite pastime? See, Wally spent her time all alone because she had no playmates of her age in the neighborhood or in her street. Her favorite pastime became standing in front of doorways of her house, watching the happenings on the street outside. This activity provided her with many new and unusual experiences, sparking her curiosity about the world. Wally was fascinated by the bus passing through her village, so she had decided to ride the bus once in her life to the city. Question number 43. Who are Paders and why are they friends of children and important to Goans? Oh, answer, Paders are traditional bakers in Goa. They are friends of children because they made daily morning and evening visits to neighborhoods, announced by the jingling sound of their bamboo staff, delivering fresh bread bangles, sweets, treats that children eagerly awaited and greeted with joy. Why bread bakers are important in Goa? Paders hold a vital cultural role, preserving Portuguese influenced baking traditions essential to Goa households, festivals, weddings, and religious ceremonies, where their breads are indispensable. Their door to door deliveries fostered community bonds and nostalgia, marking the sort of daily life in villages, with live bakeries passing down skill across generations. Our question, how does the ignorance about Mitchell as a creature in the urban environment of London reveal insights about the people's perceptions and knowledge regarding animals? Answer: ignorance submersible highlights the urban-rural knowledge gaps. The pet tour submersible arrives in London, an urban setting where residents rarely encounter wild animals like otters. People react with confusion, making wild guesses such as calling it a beaver, seal, leopard, bear cub, and or squirrel, anything but an otter. This reveals how city dwellers' limited exposure to nature shapes narrow perceptions, relying on the superficial resemblances rather than accurate knowledge. A laborer digging a street hole even drops his tools and shouts, "What is that supposed to be?" underscoring bewilderment towards unfamiliar wildlife or wild animal or the otter. Question number 44. How does the poet reinforce the contrast between the tiger's confined environment and its internal emotions? Answer: the poet reinforces the contrast between the tiger's confined environment and its internal emotions through vivid imagery, symbolism, and descriptive language that emphasize the harsh physical restrictions against the tiger's wild and fierce inner nature. The confined environment is depicted using terms like concrete shell, bars, the length and breadth of his cage, all portraying physical captivity and a loss of freedom. In stark contrast, the tiger's internal emotions are shown through phrases such as quiet rage, brilliant eyes, and its silent but intense longing for freedom, suggesting suppressed anger and a deep desire to walk freely as it does in its natural habitat. The poet describes the tiger's environment as small, unnatural, and restrictive, essentially a cage or a zoo setting where its movements are limited to a few steps. Words like locked, concrete cell, and boss create a visual image of imprisonment. This physical environment contrasts sharply with the tiger's inherent nature, highlighting the unnaturalness and cruelty of captivity. Our question: briefly summarize the poem Amanda. Know that the poem Amanda by Robin Klein is about a young girl named Amanda who feels burdened by constant nagging and rules imposed by her mother. Amanda imagines escaping this reality by retreating into her vivid daydreams where she is free and independent like a mermaid in the sea, an orphan walking alone, or Rapunzel living peacefully in a tower. These imaginary escapes reveal Amanda's strong desire for freedom, self expression, and relief from criticism and restrictions. Through the poem, Amanda's daydreams symbolize her wish to break free from the pressure of daily responsibilities and adult expectations. The poem contrasts her inner imaginative world with the harsh reality of parental control, highlighting the tension between childhood innocence and demand placed on children. Amanda's dreams emphasize a longing for solitude, peace, and autonomy, illustrating how imagination serves as a coping mechanism to deal with constant nagging. Dear students, I have so next question number 11 is an unfamiliar passage will be given in the examination. Two marks questions are set on this question. See here. And the last question number 12 is, sorry, essay rating. So here students and social service. Second one, essence of ecological balance in environment. These two essays are given here. And the question number 13. So letter rating will be given one personal letter or informal letter, and the other one is private letter or formal letter will be given in your examination. The students have a choice here. Either the students write the formal or informal letter. Anyone they can write it. Dear students, I have tried to solve this model question paper as I have understood this. If there is any mistake, you can find and comment in the video. If you like this video, if you want this video is interested to you and useful to you, subscribe to my channel, and there are many videos of last year's model question papers, board question papers, and also all the grammar topics are discussed in detailed in my YouTube channel. Log on to my YouTube channel and watch the videos and get more marks in English language. Thank you very much to all for watching my video. Good night.